Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music. I'm going to talk about how you can play a song called Teach Your Children by Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. And we're going to start off on a D major chord. And the way you play D major, first finger goes to the G on the 2nd fret, second finger on the high E string on the 2nd fret, and third finger on the B string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the D on our intro, we're going to be going to a G major chord. And the way you play G major, first finger goes to the A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the low E string on the 3rd fret, third finger on the high E string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord and it sounds really, really happy. Now you may also want to think about putting the third finger on the B string 3rd fret, pinky on the high E string 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that's another way you may want to play your G major through the song. And then from the G, we're going to be going back to our D major chord, and then we do another D major. And then on our intro, we're going to be going to an A major chord. When we play A major, first finger goes to the D on the 2nd fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, third finger on the B string on the 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, then that sounds an A major chord and it sounds really, really happy. And at the very end, after kind of the A, we kind of have almost a stop time A. And that form actually kind of becomes our verse later on. But a lot of times with a song like this, to make it more interesting, I like adding something called a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So if you took the D and just tried that a lot, you have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So we tried that through our intro. We'd have D, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, down, up, A, down, up, down, up, B, A. And that form actually kind of becomes our verse pattern too. Now something else I think about adding to the song too is bass notes, and a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, down, up, you throw in a bass note for the chord. So on the D you'd have the D string for your bass, on the G you'd have the low E string for your bass, and on the A you'd have the A string for your bass. So we tried that through that first verse form. We'd have D with the D bass, D with the D bass, G with low E bass, G with low E bass, D with the D bass, D with the D bass, A with an A bass, A with an A bass, D with the D bass, D with the D bass, G with low E bass, G with low E bass, D with the D bass, D with the D bass, A with an A bass, A with an A bass. And we did repeating that form 4 times before we hit our chorus. Now another way that I'd think about doing it through the song is using something called a country feel. And a lot of times in a country song, what the bass player will do is kind of play what's called the root of the chord, which is kind of the note of the chord. So on a D chord, the D string or the D note is something called the root. And a lot of times they alternate between that and something called the fifth. If you counted up 5 notes from the D, you'd have D, E, F, G, A. So an A note or the A string could be your fifth. So what you could do is do the D string and then a down up, and then an A string, and then a down up for your D chord. So you have D with the D bass, down up, A bass, down up, D with the D bass, down up, A bass, down up. And then on the G chord, if you did the low E string for your root, and then did the D string for your fifth, you kind of alternate between a G note and a D note. And then you'd be going back to the D with the D and the A string, D bass, down up, A bass, down up. And then on the A chord, you'd have the A string for your root, and then the E for the fifth. So if we tried that through our verse form, we'd have D with the D bass, A bass, D with the D bass, A bass, G with low E bass, D bass, G with low E bass, D bass, D with the D bass, A bass, D with the D bass, A bass, D with an A bass, low E bass, A with an A bass, low E bass, D with the D bass, A bass, D with the D bass, A bass, G with low E bass, D bass, G with low E bass, D bass, D with the D bass. there, we'll be repeating that form 4 times and then going into our chorus part. And our chorus starts off the same way with kind of D and another D, and then G and another G, and then back to D and another D. But then we go to a B minor, and we play B minor. Normally you do this as a bar on the 2nd fret. So first finger goes across the entire 2nd fret, second finger on the B string 3rd fret, third finger on the D string 4th fret, and the pinky on the G string 4th fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds like B minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. Now you may also want to think about using something called B minor 7, where you do the first finger on the A string 2nd fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, third finger on the high E string 2nd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds like B minor 7. So you may want to think about that if you want to avoid the bar chords. And on that, our bass note would be the A string if you're kind of digging on the basses. And if you're doing the root 5th, kind of digging on the country feel, you could do the A string on the 2nd fret for your root, and then low E string on the 2nd fret for your 5th, kind of alternating between a B note and an F sharp note. And if you're doing the full bar, actually, you're already kind of holding those notes down. So you're kind of thinking A string to the low E string. And then from the B minor, we go to a G major, and then we do almost kind of a stop time on an A, and kind of do a big down. So we tried our chorus with just a bass down, up, up, down, up. We have D with the D bass, D with the D bass, G with the E bass, G with the E bass, D with the D bass, D with the D bass, B minor with an A bass, B minor with an A bass, G with the E bass, and big A and low there. And then we'd be going into a solo part. Now, if you're kind of digging on the country feel though, you'd have D with the D bass, A bass, D with the D bass, A bass, G with the E bass, D bass, G with the E bass, D bass, D with the D bass, A bass, D with the D bass, A bass, B minor with an A bass, Louis bass, A bass, Louis bass, G with the E bass, D bass, and big A. And then from there, we go into a solo part that's kind of like our intro, kind of like an intro return. So we'll be back to our D, D, G, G, D, A, and then kind of a big stop time on the A. And then we pick it up on our next verse. Now something else you may want to do too is kind of take all these different ideas that we're talking about and kind of try and figure out a way that works for you. Or even alternate between these different ways when you're playing it, kind of depending on how you're feeling it. So you know, like kind of try experimenting, alternating between those different ideas too. Or if you know the strum patterns or other licks around the chords too, that can always be a cool thing to kind of add in things around the chords too. So feel free to take this lesson and embellish it any way you want to. Times we'll be going back into our chorus part. So we're back to our D, D, G, G, D, D, B minor, G, A, and then we'll be kind of going back into kind of into our outro where we got the D, But that's the basics of how you get strummed through Teach Your Children by Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. So good luck!